This is Liz Colburn, host of The Morning Uplift. Thank you for listening to the following broadcast on Public House Media.
Hi, this is Peggy Rojas, host of Viviendo una Vida en Balance here at Public House Media. Thanks for listening to the following broadcast on Public House Media. Once you're done with this episode, I hope you can come back and check my show, Viviendo una Vida en Balance, where we talk about life hacks to live a life in balance. And the show's in Spanish. A new show comes out every Monday, so don't forget to subscribe on iTunes and share with your friends. Again, thank you for checking out the following broadcast in Public House Media.
Welcome to Your Life Matters podcast. I'm your host, Dr. Mariah White, and I am so excited that you're here. Seriously, I love making sure that I give you guys just some tangible goals here on this podcast. This podcast is truly designed for one reason and one reason only. It's to provide you a hope and a dream that fuels your soul to dream big and to dream bold and to empower and inspire you to live out your wildest dreams so that you can grab a hold onto the unwavering truth that you were made for more. So soul sisters, again, I am Mariah White. I am a passionate pediatric nurse practitioner and fired up health and happiness coach. And every single Tuesday, you and I just get down to the nitty gritty. Get to the nitty gritty of life in order for you to change your life. Guys, I spent a good part of my 26 years being just depressed and overworked and down and feeling suicidal and feeling like I was never enough, feeling so unwanted. And I always had this negative state of mind. So today, I wanted to help encourage those who are in a state of mind, because state of minds are so powerful. So today, it's suffering versus beautiful. And this came from when I was at the seminar at the National Achievers Conference, and Tony dropped a bombshell on my life. And I knew it, but I needed to talk about it here on this platform because I needed to give you guys this tip. I needed to transpose it and make it my own so that you guys could hear my heart in this situation. And I preface all of that with how I used to be. I was overworked. I was overweight. I was so down. I never thought I was good enough. I was always people pleasing. I was always seeking other people's validation. I became very codependent and shifted away from the independence that I always knew I had and always knew I continue to have. And there's still glimpses in my life. There's still moments in my life where I still tend to go back to that same state. And when he was talking about current states of mind, I want you to just right now, if you're writing things down, if you're listening, I want you to have this thing in your head. Situations aren't terrible. Your current state of mind is. Situations didn't just happen to you. They happened for you. So I know you're like, Mariah, really? Do you know what I've been through? No. And was it awful? Absolutely. How do I know it's awful? Because it happened to you. Because it's something that hurt you. It's something that took away a piece of your heart and your soul, and you sit on it all the time. And it's something that scarred you. But I promise you, soul sister, if you listen to these episodes, if you follow along in this journey, whatever situation it was can actually propel you into an incredible life. Because situations don't ruin your life. They have the ability to transform your life, but it's your mindset that makes them a blessing or a state of suffering. So I need you guys to just sit with me, and I need you to think about this. So seriously, friends, like for too long, I had spent way too much time caring about what other people thought. I was fearful of their judgment. I was worried about their acceptance. And I just wanted to be what everybody wanted to me because I really wanted to be loved. I really wanted to be wanted. I really wanted to feel needed. And I grew up feeling not those two things. I definitely knew that I was unwanted. I knew that I was unloved in so many aspects, and it was something that I craved, and it became the defining moment of my life. And Tony had talked about what two major factors. There's many factors, there's many triggers, there's many reasons why you can slip back into this state of suffering. But what are the two factors in your life that constantly get you to flip back? So you could be having an amazing day and something happens and it's a factor. So is it rejection? Is it abandonment? Is it feeling like you're not enough? Is it feeling stupid? Is it feeling dumb? Is it feeling worthless? Is it any of those things? And you have your own. But my two factors that dictate my expectations, dictate my life, is rejection and abandonment. Anytime I'm triggered in those two areas, immediately my mind shifts from a beautiful state or a state that I'm currently in into a complete suffering state where I am taken over by my thoughts playing in my head so often that I'm not enough, I'll never be enough, I'll never be loved, and I'm not worthy, and people will reject and abandon me all the time. I have that fear all the time. But I've learned to combat it. I've learned to work through it. Now, am I telling you that they're ever going to stop? No, they're not. But am I going to tell you that for 3 years I've overcome them? Absolutely. Am I perfect? Heck no. Will they still creep in? Absolutely. But the difference is I can sit there and be like, bam, that's what it is. And when Tony said this, I'm like, yes, I've worked through that for so long. Now I understand exactly what it is and what you're talking about. So I would let rejection and abandonment dictate my blueprint. And we all have a blueprint. We all come out, especially as girls, and don't you dare say you don't, we have this blueprint of, I'm going to get married at this time, I'm going to have this amazing husband, I'm going to have these kids, I'm going to be this age, I'm going to be that, I'm going to have this awesome career, I'm going to build this beautiful house, and all this stuff that you have already decided for your life, and you are not the author or the finisher of your story at all. So I remember sitting in that room while Tony was talking, I was like, man, my blueprint was a little messed up because obviously, I created this vision in my life that was completely different than the one that I have now, but I do not choose to ever replace it because I love my life now. Because the situations in my life that were hard, the situations of homelessness, the situation of abandonment, the situations of divorce, the situation of, being sexually assaulted, the situation of being in a situation where I never felt comfortable or loved or being wanted, the situations of so many things in my life, the situations of suicide, depression, anxiety, all of those situations created me to be the person I am today because I chose to change my mindset. Because 3 years ago, I had a decision. It was either I chose 6 feet under or I chose to rise above. And I chose to believe that I was made for more. And that was my decision. So I was reminded at that seminar that we have these hard expectations that we put on ourselves and others to fit this blueprint. And it's dictated by these two factors. Again, mine was rejection and abandonment. It still is. So I'm dictated by that. My blueprint is dictated by that. My actions are dictated by that. My hormones, my emotions, all of it. I'm a little bit more hormonal because I'm pregnant, so bear with me. But that's exactly where those things come from. And then I realized I'm in complete control. You need to realize you are in complete control because you can shift your mindset. Some of the craziest, hardest, scariest, unforeseen situations have always turned out to be the most incredible. So I think about the situation that I talked about a few weeks ago where you're embracing the change. I'm embracing the change of being pregnant and knowing that I'm going to be a mom and then having the courage to step into it and then just believing that I don't have to have the insecurities and I'm not going to be a good mom or any of those things that kind of go through your head, and just have the belief that there is a beautiful state of mind when you just embrace what life is giving you. I learned to embrace life. I learned to embrace my past. I learned to embrace my pain. I learned to embrace my fear. because it made me who I was today. But I realized even more is that I learned how to never stay stuck for too long. And this is what the gold mine of what I want to talk to you about today. You adapt. You adapt out of a state of suffering and into a beautiful state, a state of gratitude and appreciation. Have you ever been in a crappy mood and somebody just comes up to you and they're like, I appreciate you, or I'm grateful for you, or you looked so beautiful today? Doesn't it automatically just shift your mindset to be like, okay, why am I having this pity party? And it's not about other people. You could do that same thing to yourself. So when I'm sitting there and I'm fearful about a situation, I can shift my mindset and be like, I'm grateful for that person. I'm grateful for what they've done in my life. I'm grateful for the beauty that surrounds me. As I sit right now in my office, I look at my beautiful home and the incredible Christmas lights that are up, and I sit there and I'm like, I'm grateful. I have nothing to be ungrateful about. I appreciate how hard I worked. I appreciate those life situations, because if it wasn't for those life situations, I wouldn't be in this home. I wouldn't be in this situation. I wouldn't be in this current state. So I think back on a situation. A few weeks ago, I was asked, how can I even be happy or grateful about a particular situation in my life? And my mind automatically shifted from the beautiful state of mind that I was in, currently being so appreciative of where I was, who I was, and what I was doing. And my mind shifted to those two factors, rejection and abandonment. They crept in, because I thought about what that person was feeling or thinking or thought of me. And I was like, oh, you're right, I can't feel that way because you don't. And then I was like, stop. You're not going to get me out of a beautiful state into a suffering state so that I can stay stuck because you're stuck, because you're in that state. And I refused right there. I chose right there and then to live in gratefulness, to live in appreciation. And I choose to help other people. I didn't allow that person to stay in that state. I changed their perspective. And I said, you know what? No, I'm not going to stay stuck with you, but here's how we can help you get unstuck. Be appreciative about the things in your life. Be grateful about the things in your life. You don't have to live in a state of suffering. Stress, worry, fear, anxiety, negativity. That when your mind goes there, you should just say, stop. No, it's not going to happen, because life doesn't happen to you. It happens for you. So I want you to do a few things. I want you to think about your two factors. I want you to think about what two things put you in a constant state of suffering. And we all do it. We all have it. They all creep in. But I don't want you to stay there. That's the difference. I don't want you to have to worry about it. I don't want you to have to feel that all the time. So I want you to think about two factors in your life. Is it unworthiness? Is it unwanted? Is it just rejection? Is it people pleasing? Like, what two factors are triggers in your life to always get you to creep back to when people said something bad about you, or the thoughts that run around in your head, your inner mean girl? Think about those two factors, and I think about what current state you're in. Are you in a beautiful state where you're looking at a life situation and you're like, man, I am so happy and appreciative of this situation. I am so grateful that I get to go through this, because it's going to get me to the other side to learn so much. And there's so much beauty in what's happening. Or are you going to stay stuck and you're like, man, this is the worst thing that's ever happened. I'm not going to get through it. I'm not going to be able to get my workouts done. I'm not going to be able to take care of my kids. I'm not going to be able to be the mom that I want to be, all because I'm going to stay stuck in the state of suffering. I don't want you there. Fear, anxiety, worry is all there, and you don't need to be stuck there. So when you're in that state, when you're thinking about staying stuck in a sense of suffering, or not feeling like you're enough, or not feeling like you can get out of it, I want you to focus on the beautiful states. I want you to focus on the appreciation. I want you to focus on overcoming what you can do. I want you to draw a line in the sand and just say, no, enough is enough. And I am going to stay in a beautiful state, because we all experience stress. We are all going to have stress, but you have to choose to enjoy what God gave you and to stress less. Why do you choose to stay in suffering? How can you choose to end suffering? So I want you to think about that. What are your 2 factors? And where does your mind go when you're in that state of suffering? And then I want you to answer this next one. Why do you choose and will you choose every day, no matter what, to live in a beautiful state? When I think of that, I think because I'm enough, because I'm worth it, because I'm stronger, because I'm going to be the best mother I can be, because I inspire other people around me, and I empower those to be better, because God called me to have a second chance and to make a difference. He granted me this life. I will be free of judgment. I won't suffer. I won't be depressed. I will always give, and I will believe, and I will receive love. And I would hands down be the best partner, friend, lover, sister, mother, daughter. I will choose to be the best woman, best businesswoman I can be. I will choose to give to my podcast. I will choose to give to my clients. I must and I will change quickly. I will catch it immediately when I sit into a state of suffering, and I will think about how I'm appreciative of so many things. My life, my baby, my family, my friends, those I love. Because when I think about those things, when I choose that beautiful state, guess what I receive? More love, more joy, more laughter, more meaning, more freedom, more everything that brings me happiness. And I am not going to allow the triggers of not feeling enough based on my rejections and my abandonment issues and expectations that I place on others, because I'm going to break the pattern. It's not true. I am more than enough. And I won't allow others' belief or what I believe their belief is of me to change the course of my happiness. I will trade my expectations for appreciation, and my life will forever change. Your life will forever change. So I want you to do that same exercise. I want you to think about your 2 factors. I want you to think about the triggers that come up that make you feel like you can't be in that beautiful state. And then I want you to think about why you will live in that beautiful state no matter what. And then how you will break the pattern. How you will constantly choose gratefulness and appreciation over and over. Because you are more than enough. Because you are worthy of the best life. And you deserve the absolute best life. Be in a beautiful state constantly, soul sister. I hope this episode helped you. I hope you take away this homework and use it. Because when you change your life, you change your mind. Trade your expectations to appreciation, and your life will forever change.